Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the giveaway model build on our Pontiac GTO Judge. This is video number, what are we on, number 3? I think it's video number 3. We're going to go with that anyways. I believe it's number 3. Yes, so we're going to get the some black painted on the chassis and the undercarriage, and I'm going to get that engine painted to try to match that Pontiac color, because I don't have that color here. It's one of those colors I thought about buying, but I don't have a lot of Pontiac kits here. I got maybe enough to kill a bottle, but that's it. So we're going to try to use the Seafoam Turquoise Metallic paint by MCW. We're going to mist that over top of the Testors paint that I used the other day. So I used the Testors 1804 Pearl, Blue Pearl Metallic. So, yikes. This was a scary deal here. I'm not sure. Well, I know what happened. It's just an old can. So I bought this like years ago. I'm talking years ago. This came from Myers. I don't know if you guys know what Myers is. Maybe it's a Michigan thing or Southern or Northern Ohio. I don't know. It's kind of like a nicer Walmart. I guess we're going to go that route. It's pretty much the same. It's just... anyways, I bought this a long time ago. So look at the price tag. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's $2.99. So that tells you how old this is. And I had to cut this open just to paint that. And thank goodness, I did this outside. Like I said, I just changed the diaper in that thing, and it's all cleaned out and freshened up, and she's good to go. And I thought, my gosh, if I would have did this in there, it would have been just a blue abomination. It would have been horrible. So what happened is, like I say, it's an old can. You know, I sat there, shook it like crazy. I'm holding that with a skew out in the garage here. I go to hit the old button, and it won't. I let it go. It just keeps on going. I thought, no. So now I'm trying to fidget, trying to hold that, trying to figure out how to get this up without dropping something. And I thought, that was crazy. I thought, you know what? Maybe it was a one-time fluke thing. Of course, dummy me, let's try it again. So I hit it again. So it's just, okay. Yeah, that was a mess. So that's why when I brought that in to show you guys, it was like just dripping with paint. I just like, I need another coat. Oh boy. So who knew? I thought I was going to spray it. So anyways, moving right along, we're going to get this painted. This has been sitting in the Suzy Bake Oven for quite a while, so it is nice and cured. I can't smell nothing, so I'm not sure why I bother, but that's a good way to tell if it's actually cured or not. It still has a little scent of paint. Usually it's not done yet. Like I say, lacquer is not usually the best plan to put on top of enamel, because enamel usually doesn't really cure. This is more of a urethane, I mean, technically, but yeah, so it is cured. We should be okay, because like I say, enamel takes like years to dry. I mean, this stuff just takes forever to cure out properly, to go all that route. So what we're gonna do is take over the paint booth. We're gonna put some black in here, some Tamiya flat, and then we're gonna paint that engine with this MCW Seafoam Turquoise Metallic and see how that turns out. Other than that, let's take you to the bench. Let's get started on this thing. Okay guys, so like I say, this is our engine. It dried out pretty nice. You can see where it was just, oh my god, just heavy. And of course with metallic, any metallic paint you guys are doing, you want to put them on light coats. Let it tack up for a little bit, hit it again, a little light coat. That way you don't get the separation, obviously, like I did here, just because this was just dousing. So like I say, we're going to use the Seafoam Turquoise Metallic. This is 6955E. This is actually a really nice looking color. This is what I used on my Scale of Gentleman's build on that 30, I don't remember what year it was, 37 Ford pick-em-up truck. I painted the cab and everything with this. So really cool color. Really neat. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this up real quick. I don't need a lot of this because obviously I'm just painting the block. So I don't need a whole lot of it, but just enough to do some damage. And we'll put some hardener in it and all that good stuff. So we're going to go to the, let's see, I'm going to keep this kind of pretty basic here. So we're going to go to about 1.3 milliliters on the old pipette. See how thick this paint is? This paint's got some girth to it. She's got some thickness to it. Like I say, I don't need a lot of this because, like I say, we're not basically painting it. Oh, cracking open a new one. I blew through my other one pretty quick here. So guys, I'm gonna do another paint video. I didn't realize, because I've had a few comments on the last one. When I measured out my paint, I misspoke on that, and I called it 15 milliliters, which obviously this is only 3.0 milliliters. I forgot that point in there. You know, that's obviously important when you're trying to figure this stuff out. So I'm going to do another paint video, I'll start to finish, basically, if you will. We're going to do that probably on this build here for the GTO. So that's going to be coming up here, obviously, as soon as we get this GTO ready to spray, which is going to be very, very soon. And we'll go from there. Kind of hard to mix, there's not a lot in here. I was almost just going to throw it in the airbrush and mix it, but I don't generally like to mix my paint in the airbrush. But sometimes I get the splatter like I just had there, which isn't cool either. So I go through these mats a lot. And we're going to get a little hardener put in there so it'll dry quick. I love these Tamiya jars. Look at this. See how this happens up here? It never touches the sides or anything, so it just tells you. Obviously the jar must be leaking a little bit. That's what kind of tells me. But so we just need just a splash in here. That's probably way more than we need. And always throw that away so we don't get it mixed into our paint, because that'll just ruin that bottle of paint. Okay, once again, we'll just do a quick little mix here and we should be good to go. Alright, we'll take her over to the booth and see how she turns out. I'm kind of curious on this. I'm not sure how this is going to work. This is more Pontiac color probably than that. But that wasn't my goal, was to paint this truly this color, but I thought that would give it a nice base. It's all about the base. So that's where we're going. Let's get her shot and see how she looks like. Alright guys, so it's been in there quite a while. I think it started out at 9 hours, so it's been in there for a bit. So she looks like she should be about done. Let's check it out here quick. See what we got going here. Oh yeah, that looks more like the Pontiac color. That looks a lot better. I mean, it looks actually really nice. So I think that's pretty darn close to Pontiac blue, that's for sure. We'll leave him in there for a bit. Go from there. So we'll get back to the rest of the build and go from there. Okay, trivia time. The designer of the GTO was the brainchild of, was it A, Bunky Knudsen, B, Jimmy Hoffa, C, Bill Porter, or was it D, John DeLorean? Answer shortly. Now let's get back to the build. Alright guys, so we're going to use some of our Tamiya Flat Black. This is LP3. And we're going to use some of our Tamiya Thinner. Love the stuff. Item number 87077. Alright, we're going to mix up a little bit of this. We don't need a lot of it. Just enough to be dangerous with it. So I'm thinking about painting the interior. That has to be white. I'm thinking about doing everything black first and doing white on top. And the reason for that way I can get some shadowing in the seats. So I think I'm going to do that while we're painting the chassis parts. So I want to make sure I mix up enough to do both ends and go from there. Okay guys, so we got some more stuff painted here. So we did the chassis, the bottom of the, did the inside black. Yes, it's getting painted white, but the console and carpet's going to be black. So we're going to paint these seats. I'm not sure if we're going to leave the window tray black or white. I might leave it white. So I painted the mufflers. These are done in silver. This is flat. I'm sorry, this is flat aluminum. It's LP38. So as you saw, I just kind of just went around real light with the airbrush and did the exhaust tips. So what we're going to do is take some of our panel line and I'm going to put a little bit on the edges here. So obviously I have a little bit of overspray because, you know, I didn't want to mask it off because it's just how it goes. So you're going to take a little panel line, just put it right here on our joints. Just kind of give it a little illusion that it's had some issues there. And that'll take care of our little overspray. And give a little depth. Do the same to the back. No matter if we get carried away with it or not. It's like that. It gives a nice little illusion. Kind of covers up a little bit of the overspray. And it works pretty nice. There's just a little bit more here. I love the panel line. Stuff works great for everything. Alright, we'll do the rest here on this joint. A little bit here. Let it kind of flow in there a little bit. And we'll do a little on the tips. Like so. Alright, we're going to leave that sit. Let it dry, let it do its thing. So we got this all painted out. I didn't want this gloss, so I actually missed it a little bit with that flat. That's kind of what I did with this. But it did give me my color that I was looking for, obviously, for the orange. So it should be good there. And like I said, I probably should have did a little more black in here as I'm looking at it, but I think we'll be alright. I think it looks pretty good. So I forgot we're going to do a little extra on the edges here. Just a little bit of panel line on the edge. Kind of give it look that, get a little bit of stain going on there. That looks pretty good. Alright, answer time to our trivia question. Who is the creator of the GTO? If you answered D, John DeLorean, you are correct. Okay guys, back on the build. We're going to use some tester silver. We're going to get this painted here. Going to do the gas tank. So I glued the axle piece on there, so that should be good to go. Then this assembly should be pretty much done. So that black wash is looking pretty good in there. Looking nice, looking nice. I'm just going to go to this lip here, so I'll see if I can keep it within those borders right there, and we'll see how that looks. So when you guys are brush painting this stuff, you got to be careful not to go over it too many times, especially if you're over top of another color, because this will soften the color below it and it'll lift it. Next thing you know, you're mixing. So I try to just hit it only the one few times I need to go, and then leave it at that. So I'll do the top last, so I can do kind of just some quick brush strokes without having to worry about hitting the edge. Like so. Work our way around. Don't want too much paint on there. And do the back. Careful, careful. Something like that. I knew that was rubbing on my hand. Oh, I ate that. I'm gonna go what I told you not to do, but I gotta clean this edge up. That looks better. Okay. Now we can just do the old couple times across and life is good. Voila, gas tank. That looks pretty good. Feels a little flat right here. Don't do it. Oh, we're gonna do it. Okay. All right, we'll let that dry. Okay. Don't touch. Don't touch. All right, we're gonna let that dry for a good while. And go from there. So once that cures out nice, we'll take and paint our straps, and that should be looking pretty good. Sweet. All right, guys. So before we wrap this video up, we're gonna paint the white on the seats and get that taken care of. Probably should get the steering wheel out here because that doesn't need to be here. And I went ahead and taped up the interior tub, so I'll just run tape across here just to seal that up. So that should work pretty good. So yeah, so we're gonna hit this here. So I'm painting this with flat white. This is LP4, another Tamiya. Like I say, I do almost all my interior stuff with lacquer or my acrylics, just like that folk art and those, like the Hobby Lobby things. These guys here, you know, they're like 59 cents, something like that. I usually do a lot of my interiors with this stuff. Then body work is always usually enamel. So I got us mixed up here, so I'll take it to a paint booth, we'll paint this quick, and that should pretty much wrap that end of it up, other than assembly and painting the body. Alright guys, now the fun part. Let's see what she looks like. So that's why I painted the black on her first, because I mean it obviously covers it, but it gives it almost like that dingy white. You know, just enough to where it's not quite bright white. So I like it because to me it gives it like a little depth to it. So we'll see if we have any spray over. I have a feeling maybe we might. A little bit in the corner, the seat probably cover that, not too bad. See what we got on this side here. Oh, not too bad at all. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty nice, pretty nice. We're gonna let that sit for the night. I did the door rest in black. I thought, you know what, maybe I'll change it up a little bit and I'll do those and leave them in black. I know they're probably supposed to be white, but on this model, they're gonna be black. Alright guys, well I think at this point we're going to wrap this video up. It's probably running longer than I'd like to see it. So I appreciate you guys tuning in the channel and checking out the build. Like I say, if you guys are interested, this is a giveaway car. This car did come from Hobby Model, so go down and check out Mark's website, check out the inventory, and all that good stuff. So you guys have a good one, and I appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next build. You guys have a good one.